Good evening, listeners, and welcome to the Power FM 7 p.m. bulletin with me, Patricia Widera. Our top stories: the Council of Governors make an urgent appeal to the national government to release emergency funds to address the severe impact of the ongoing El Nino rains across the country. The head of public service, Felix Koskei, says the war on corruption will be ruthless and painless. And Cameroon receives more than 330,000 doses of new malaria vaccine, the first to be approved by the World Health Organization. The Council of Governors has made an urgent appeal to the national government to release emergency funds to address the severe impact of the ongoing El Nino rains across the country. The COG chair, who is also the Kirinyaga County Governor, Anne Waiguru, described the situation as dire, saying the ongoing heavy rains have displaced thousands of people from their homes, claiming lives and destroying property. Speaking at a press conference, Waiguru said counties have not yet received flood mitigation funds and called on the national government to act swiftly to avert further loss of lives and destruction of property. In Mombasa County, the head of public service, Felix Koskei, says the war on corruption will be ruthless and painful. Koskei, who was addressing a workshop for crime governance journalists in Mombasa, said there will be no sacred cows and the government will operate within the confines of the law when dealing with those suspected of plundering public resources. As part of the scaling up the war on corruption, the head of public service said the government is considering legislation that will allow the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to retain portions of funds recovered from proceeds of crime to meet the operation's budget deficits. Koskei challenged the justice system not to be used to shield the corrupt, and on his part, the EACC Chief Executive Officer Twale Mubarak, who was present, said the commission receives over 9,000 corruption cases annually and has managed to recover 23.74 billion shillings from 2018 to 2023. The anti-graft body said the commission can do better if given more resources, as the current allocation of 3.4 billion annually goes mainly to paying salaries, leaving only that 4% for its operations. The Kenya Medical Supplies Authorities has received 2 billion shillings from the National Assembly in the supplementary budget to enable it to increase its order fill rate from 60% to over 80%. According to the authority, the funding is in line with the President William Ruto's commitment to equip it so that it can effectively provide essential medical supplies as part of government's effort to achieve universal health coverage. KEMSA Board Chair Irungu Nyakera said the allocated funds will be dedicated solely to procuring health products and technologies to meet rising demand. KEMSA Chief Executive Officer Andrew Mulwa, on his part, emphasized the need for a mechanism to break the debt cycle, which has adversely affected liquidity and stock maintenance. Police in Siaya County are investigating the possible establishment of terrorist cell in the county. Siaya County Police Commander Kileti Kimayo said the several items found in the house where 2 suspected terrorists were gunned down point to a possible terrorist network within Siaya County. He made the remarks while giving an update on the gunning down of the 2 suspects where they were smoked out of their hideout at the Hawinga area in West Alego. Controversial businesswoman Angie Njoroge today failed to appear before the National Assembly's Departmental Committee on Energy following summons to provide further information on the 17 billion shillings oil saga. According to the committee chair Vincent Musyoka, Njeri sent her apologies to the members, saying she was sick and immobile, requesting to appear before the committee at a later date. She was expected to explain the origin of the oil and the intended destination of the consignment, and further give details on the ownership of the consignment, including providing documentation to support her claims. Cameroon has received more than 330 doses of new malaria vaccine, the first to be approved by the World Health Organization. Health Minister Manuda Malachi said that was a historic deal for his country. Kenya, Ghana, and Malawi have already started distributing the RTS vaccines, which has to be administered in 4 doses. Over the next few weeks, deliveries are expected in Burkina Faso, Liberia, Niger, and Sierra Leone. Africa accounts for the vast majority of malaria cases worldwide. The disease kills more than 600,000 people globally each year, most of them children. On Field's world 800 meters record holder David Rudisha has appealed to the athletes in the country to compete fairly when they present the country in competition as a way of maintaining the nation's glory in athletics. Rudisha was speaking during the final day of National Olympics Committee of Kenya National Athletes Forum. The forum, which was conducted by NOCK, was aimed at addressing challenges facing athletes as they prepare for the next year's Olympic Games in Paris, France. We've been listening to the very latest bulletin from the Power FM News. The next bulletin will be at 9 p.m.